Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, today we're going to jump in and take another look at a review of the Witch Hollow series. This time we're jumping into probably the most famous or maybe infamous piece that was released in this series. This is the 2019 set. This is Sacia's or Sacia's, I think it's Sacia's Book Emporium and the coordinating accessory No Spell Unlearned. So with that, let's jump in and take a look at these highly sought after pieces. Okay, as always, we start with the box here. So this is Sacia's Book Emporium, and I will tell you, this piece, if you bought this new back in 2019, this piece would cost you from Department 56 or any of the retailers $125. Now, it is a cool piece, don't get me wrong, and we're going to take a look at it and jump right in. But if you've looked at this piece today or any other day on the secondhand market, it is off the charts expensive. Why is that? That's a great question. So now don't get me wrong, I love it. It is great. I love the whole theme of the witch, the bookstore, right? So you've got Sacia's Book Emporium right there, and everything is modeled like a book, right? And I like the light that comes down there. But I mean, as far as being lit up, you've got a couple of yellow LEDs in the front that kind of illuminate the overhanging porch, which is also a book. And then you've got the lights that light up the inside. And that's really it for lighting on this house. Now, it sounds like I don't like it, and don't take that wrong. I do like it. I'm so pleased to have it in my collection. I just don't understand why this thing goes for $600 and $800 on eBay or Mercari or things like that. Now, patience is the key, and I found a wonderful lady that was selling her collection. She no longer wanted to collect, and I was able to talk to her and get a remarkable deal. Nowhere close to the asking price on eBay or OfferUp or things like that. And so it's awesome to have collectors out there that still enjoy it, even though they don't want to display anymore. They want to sell their collection, but they don't want to rob some. And I say rob, that's probably the wrong. They're not out to make a profit on it, right? They're just out to have it go to a good home, and somebody's going to use it and keep it in their collection. And so no harm, no foul. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't try to make an upsell on things when you can, because that's just I guess the American way, and that's fine. But so let's continue with the review here. As you look, I mean, the paint job on this is really well done, and you've got the hat kind of, on top of the building here. You've got a little smokestack with some smoke coming out. Again, everything is book themed. So you've got the book up front here that kind of shows the name of the Book Emporium. You've got the fall leaves, which are really, really well done. You've got a big red ribbon that kind of adorns the hat at the top, and you got some more fall leaves on this side. And then as we work our way down, you can see that the top of the doorway there is also, the little archway is also a book that's kind of open on its spine, and that serves as the entryway, awning or vestibule or whatever you want to call it, kind of hanging out over the doorway. And then you've got the doorway, which is just a simple door with a little window and some little wood trim, and it's cracked open, and you can see the yellow light kind of emanating from inside of the Book Emporium. And then the pillars on the front are really, really cool. They are stacked books. You've got 6 books on either side. 5 books on one side, 6 on the other, it looks like. And you've got 2 black cats with glowing green eyes sitting on top of those as kind of the tops of those pillars. And those look really good. The paint job is really, really unique and very well done. You can see some signs on and I'll try to zoom in and focus a little bit more, kind of some tarot, palm reading kind of signs on one side of the door, you can see there. And then as we go onto the other side, you can kind of see the other little sign there with some witchcraft stuff on it, it looks like. And so just a really, really well done paint job. It is a really well done building. And I do like the accent lighting and how it lights up, especially, in the dark. It's pretty well, it's quaint. It's not overdone for sure. And maybe that's why so many people really like it. It's just plain and simple, and that's fine. And then as we go back to the side of the building, you can kind of see the chimney there. You can see how some of the, whatever that is, stucco or whatever, is starting to come off, and you can see the exposed bricks. You can see the wood detailed on the side of the building. And then you've got more books. You've got some curses, some spells, and that doesn't say anything there. And then as we go back around to the other side, see if that comes off. It does a little bit. As we go to the other side, and we'll move the accessory away. We'll talk about her in a moment. You've got a little cellar door. Now, this is a pretty cool, and I didn't notice. I'll take a flip back on the other side and see if I can notice anything on the windows. You've got some more of the tarot type palm reading cards there, and they're books. They're kind of open books. One side through the window and the other side coming out the other side. And then you've got a cellar that is locked there. And then obviously more leaves that have been painted on around the side. And then this is pretty cool back here because you've got a restricted area, do not enter without approval at the back door. And again, the top here, the little awning is a kind of an open book kind of hanging out there. So everything is a book. And then unlike most, on the back of this, you can kind of see you've got black magic, curses, potions, spells, and brews. You've got an open book there with some signage on it and some writing that similar to what we saw on the front of the door, in front of the building. And then a whole little book rack there, just kind of all stacked up. And so that is what this building looks like. The paint job is really well done on all of these witch houses. You certainly don't get that undone. And there's no window on this side, it's just the chimney. So that's a good look at Sacia's book Emporium. I like it, I absolutely love it. I'm so happy to have it in my collection. This is, without a doubt, the hardest of the witch houses, the witch hollow pieces to find. And if you do find it, like I said, it's gonna cost you a lot of money, unless again, you can find a nice person who's willing to part with their collection, that doesn't wanna really overcharge and just kind of wants the collection to live on in somebody else's home and get enjoyment out of it. And patience will help you to do that. And you guys know that I'm working on that as we speak. And so in this case, it certainly did pay off. So with that, let's take a look at the coordinating accessory that goes with this. Now, this is a really cool piece. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is a really well done piece. And this is No Spell Unlearned. And I'm gonna set her up on top of this box and then bring this box a little closer so we can get a better look at her. So this is a really cool piece. Now this, if you were to buy this piece back in 2019, this piece would have cost you a whopping $23.50. $23.50. Okay, and so today, if you can even find this, this is an incredibly hard piece to find. You're going to pay a lot more than $23.50 for it. Again, unless you find somebody that's willing to just part with their collection and let it go to somebody who's going to use it. So this piece is, unlike the house, this piece is resin, and you guys know that I love the resin coordinating pieces. They're just so well done. This one's the same. It's kind of hard to see on this white here. Maybe we'll move it down here in a moment, but the paint job is just really well done. You can see you've got the black cat with the piercing green eyes. You've got the little witch that is obviously dressed in a little dress, a little patch there. You can see as she's coming up here, you can see she is a bookworm. She has got her book open. She has got several books in her hand. She's got the typical witch hat on, and then she is carrying several books on top of her hat. She's balancing all of those. She's definitely got the green skin look. And this is pretty cool because she's actually got glasses, and it almost looks like a, not really maybe a piece of tape or something, but she's definitely a bookworm sort of piece. And I love that about her. It's just a very, very cool piece. She's got long hair, sort of purple, comes down and ties up in the back. She's very neat and very tidy. And then she's got a little rucksack around her back that she's carrying, probably more books or spells. It's got a little patch on it. And then as we turn her around, she's just incredibly detailed on all sides. Little socks there that match everything for the situation. And then if you look at the top, she's got the top book is called The Modern Witch, which is really cool. So she is a really, really cool coordinating accessory piece that goes incredibly well, obviously, with this entire setup. So hopefully you get a better idea of what Sacia's or Sacia's or Sacia's, I've heard it pronounced 3 different ways, but I believe it's Sacia's Book Emporium, and it's just a really, really well done piece. The coordinating piece is absolutely amazing that goes with it. And again, hopefully this gives you a much better look. Happy to have this one in my collection for sure. Okay, well, hopefully that gives you a better look and a closer look, more detailed look at Sacia's Book Emporium and the coordinating piece, No Spell Unlearned, both released for Department 56 Halloween series for 2019 to represent the Witch Hollow collection during that year. Again, incredibly grateful and happy to have these in my collection. And yeah, I'm curious to see what your thoughts are on the prices, or if you have this in your collection, what you think just in general about this house versus all the other houses. What makes it so special for you? And again, I don't see anything that would just make it. I love books, I love reading, and so I get that piece of it. That's a really cool aspect of it. But other than that, what else draws you to this particular piece, and what would make somebody pay $600 to $800 for a house like this? Chime in and let me know. I'm curious to what you guys are thinking and see what your thoughts are, if you have it in your collection or if you don't have it in your collection. So where are we on the entire Witch Hollow display? We've got the broom done. You've seen that. I've got the stumps done. I still need to detail those. We ended up going to San Antonio to visit our son, and we got back and we both caught something on the way home, probably on the airplane, and we've been laid out for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. It seems like we're starting to get over it. It wasn't COVID, it's just some nasty bug that was probably circulating on the airplane. And so my wife and I both had it. So I'm gonna sit down tomorrow and start detailing those stumps. We'll do another video to kind of wrap that up. And then honestly, I think once that's done, it's gonna be very hard to assemble everything back here. It's just way too early. So I'll put some pieces out to kind of give you a sample of what it's going to look like. And then we'll continue the review series on Witch Hollow until that's finished. But then I think we're going to move into the next piece, and that's what I'm trying to determine in my mind what I'm going to do now. It's probably going to be Trick or Treat Lane, as that's going to be the biggest and largest display that I've probably ever tried to do since I've been doing videos and building villages. So, excuse me, that's going to take a minute to get that even designed and laid out. So that's probably what I'm going to start on next. Hey, also, if you're going to be in the Phoenix area this Saturday, 10 o'clock, 10:30 or so at Millie's Hallmark out in Ahwatukee Plaza, down in South Phoenix. We're going to be doing, they're going to be announcing their mid-year releases. So that's going to be coming up, announce the Silver Bullet and the Ichabod Crane, the Headless Horseman, Sleepy Hollow series, the new series, which I'm incredibly excited about. That's going to be introduced on Saturday, and then I'm going to be teaching a class on LED lighting and villaging and how to incorporate all of that together. I will also use some of those things and recreate them and teach them to you on the YouTube channel after I'm done teaching the class. So you got that to look forward to as well. So, hey, with that, if you've liked this video, make sure you click the like button. And as always, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It helps the channel to grow. It helps me out personally. I do appreciate every single one of the subscribers. It helps me a lot, and it keeps me motivated to keep coming back and putting more content out there for you. As we get closer and closer, and as I realize that I get farther and farther behind on where I want to be for this Halloween season, the videos are obviously going to have to start coming a little more frequently in order for me to catch up and get all of that stuff done. So, hey, with that, until next time, take care of yourselves, and we'll talk to you again real soon.